my name is Christian Moga and this is my first tutorial on YouTube. Hope you enjoy it. In this tutorial, we will make the shadow monster from Stranger Things in Blender 2.8. The tutorial is split in 3 parts. In the first part, I will show you how I model and sculpt the shadow monster. And in the next clip, we will rig and animate it. In the third and final part, we will add the smoke simulations and render the whole thing. So, let's begin. After opening Blender, you will delete the cube and create a cylinder with 6 sides. Because the character has 4 legs, 1 neck and 1 tail. After that, you need to enter edit mode and extrude each individual faces. To do that, you can press tab to switch to edit mode, and to extrude press E. But now you need to extrude them individually, so right click and select extrude individual faces. We will use a mirror modifier, so first we will delete some vertices that we don't need and then apply the mirror modifier. In the modifier, be sure to check the clipping option. This will ensure that you don't cross the mirror plane. Now extrude the legs and the tail, because these actually go all the way to the ground. Grab them and move them on the Z-axis, pressing G and then Z to snap to the Z-axis. After that, I rotate the faces individually by using the normal reference plane. This helps especially for the legs. And now we add the subdivision modifier to see a preview of what we'll get in the end. This is temporary since we will delete this one. Now I'm adding edge loops using Ctrl R to add more details to the model. And rearranging these vertices will help get the shape that we want. I'm making it look more like the reference images that I have on a separate monitor, with taller front legs and more skinnier. Now we need to close the big hole that we have in the middle of it. First I'm bridging the middle edges and then I'm creating a loop. This helps to have a better topology in the end and having all faces with 4 edges. To keep the edge loop in the middle, just double click or just hit escape after the first click if you already started moving it. I didn't know what the problem was at first. Somehow I left a couple of faces here, and that's why you see the spiky tail. I'm positioning the camera so I have the same angle as the reference. To easily position the camera, check Lock Camera to View from the right menu. Now I'm just moving things around to make a more fluid topology. Now I realize the neck is not at the same level with the legs, so I'm extruding the bottom part of the body so I can connect the neck to it. Here I'm selecting the vertices and merging them together. Alt-M as the shortcut. Now I'm arranging all the vertices so they flow nicely. And after that I'm making the fingers using the same tools. Ctrl R for edge loops, E to extrude, and G to move, R to rotate, and S for scale. I recommend you watch the Blender Foundation tutorials. You can find them in the link below. Now I'm just moving things around to make a more fluid topology. After arranging everything, we can apply the mirror modifier and delete the subdivision one because we are using multi-res modifier. The multi-res modifier helps a lot with the performance and also with animation, UV mapping, and mostly with the smoke simulation in the end. Now let's start sculpting. I'm adding a few details with the basic brush, adding and subtracting using Ctrl while dragging. And after, you can smooth it using Shift drag. You won't see all the details in the end, but you can never practice enough. Now I'm using the inverted crease brush by pressing Ctrl to make more hard edges. Here you can see a problem. When the model is too thin, you can grab the back faces, and actually the back face cooling doesn't help. You can find the option front faces only in the options submenu of the tool. When you change the tool, this option is unchecked as default. So now I can make the legs and fingers a bit thicker since they were too flat. Just play along and add as many details as you want. I am making a shadow monster with muscles. It will look nicer when we animate it. play along with different brushes so you get the hang of it. And all of these details are just to exercise, because in the end you won't see any of these, but maybe we can use the model to do something else. For now it looks more like the monster from season 3. Using the shortcut Alt-B and then selecting a region helps to isolate that part of the model so you can sculpt. As you can see here, the back of the head was not so accessible, and when we are finished, press Alt-B again to exit the selection. Now I'm just putting some lights to see how it looks and adding a few materials. We will go in detail for the lighting and rendering in the last tutorial. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, go nuts! And don't forget to subscribe.